Hello guys, today I have a new topic for you, which is about Israel. In general, Israelis are very open-minded and accepting people. However, just like any other place in the world, there are some things that may seem completely normal to you, but in Israel they could be taken as an insult. In order to respect local traditions, check out this list of don'ts before hopping on a flight to the Holy Land. Number 1. Don't bring up politics. Political talk in Israel always gets heated, given Israel's complex history and ongoing conflicts. Politics is a major issue, especially when it comes to foreign affairs. And everyone has an opinion. You should never be the one to bring up politics because it will end up being the topic anyway, so just try to postpone it as much. Number 2. Never ask for a cheeseburger at a kosher restaurant. Kosher food means that it abides by the Jewish dietary rules. For example, pork and shellfish are prohibited under these laws. Even though there are many Jews that don't keep kosher and there are hundreds of non-kosher restaurants across Israel, the ones who do keep kosher are very strict about it. Number 3. Don't expect to return from a wedding before 2 a.m. If there is one thing that can be said about Israeli weddings, it is that they are fun. They are also very long. The good news that Israeli weddings aren't long because of the excruciating speeches, but because the guests know how to party and party well. After the Jewish wedding ceremony, the chuppah is finished and dinner is served. Guests of all ages gets on the dance floor and usually keeps going for hours and hours. Weddings in Israel run so late that typically around 1 a.m. the catering will serve a late-night snack such as burgers or shawarma. Number 4. Never touch an Orthodox person of the opposite sex. Orthodox Jewish laws restrict physical contact with a member of the opposite sex unless it is a close member of the family such as spouse, parent, child, or sibling. Even though there are many different observance levels and most Israelis would have no issues at all with the matter, very Orthodox Jews make sure to keep a safe distance with a member of the opposite sex. So don't be surprised if they ask to move seats on a plane or a bus to avoid accidental touch. Number 5. Never JAYWALK. Even though it is mandatory in Israel to stop at every crossing where a person is waiting, no driver in Israel can be trusted to pay attention. The driving in Israel is a little crazy as locals are always in a rush and not very patient. Never cross the street without carefully looking around and make sure no one is speeding at you from both directions. Number 6. Don't be alarmed to see armed soldiers everywhere. Army service is mandatory in Israel, so each and every 18 years old boy or girl will be drafted into the Israeli Defense Forces. It may be shocking at first to see armed soldiers walking down the streets, holding hands, enjoying lunch at restaurants, or even sitting at the beach, but bear in mind that this is completely normal in Israel and those weapons are only there for defensive purposes. Number 7. Always leave a tip. Israeli waiters and Tel Aviv waiters in particular live off tips rather than actual salaries. So tipping is very common and quite high, at about 10 to 15% of the meal. In fact, tipping is so common it would be considered very rude to leave one. Even if the service was bad, it is customary to leave no less than 10%, and if you are happy with the service, leave around 15%. You may, at most places, ask for the tip to be included in your card payment. Note that Israelis aren't shy at all, and perhaps even too direct. The waiter will have no problem walking you out of the restaurant and ask why you didn't leave a tip. Number 8. Don't drive on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, Hebrew for Day of Atonement, is one of the holiest days in the Jewish religion. Jewish people traditionally observe it with an approximate 25 hours long fast as a way of showing regret for any bad deeds they have committed during the year. Even though a major part of the Israeli population doesn't follow Jewish traditions or fast, still no one drives on that day, and the streets are completely vacant. Not a single shop, restaurant, or cafe will be open on that day as well. There is something quite charming in the fact that there is no single car in sight and no one around besides maybe children riding their bicycles. Number 9. Never hitchhike. Hitchhiking is not common in Israel at all. It's not like it's illegal or extremely dangerous. It's just something Israelis advise against and avoid themselves. Unlike other, more serene places in the world, Israelis have to be very cautious when it comes to safety, so whatever possibility of a dangerous situation they can avoid, such as hopping into a car with a stranger, they do so. Number 10. Don't expect breakfast to be light. Israeli breakfast is a lie as it is actually brunch. Order an Israeli breakfast platter at any restaurant and your table will soon be loaded with bread, pastries, salads, eggs, orange juice, coffee and more pastries. To ensure you remain full until the afternoon, it may be healthy, nutritious and delicious, but by no means is Israeli breakfast light. Number 11. Never keep walking when Memorial Day siren is heard. There are 2 days of the year when the whole state of Israel stops and stands still for 1 minute. On Memorial Day, for the fallen soldier of Israel, and on Holocaust Remembrance Day, both held around the spring, a siren is heard throughout the country. Once in the evening and once in the morning, and each and every person in Israel stops whatever they were doing and stands up straight to remember the deceased and pay their respects. It is considered very disrespectful to ignore the siren and remain active.